Next, we have a couple of questions from Dev Chen on just some grammar questions in the new vocabulary unlocked for 门口. And so he has two questions here with two different answers. So the first one, he says, 大家好, which means, hi everyone, 我有个问题. That's, I have a question. And so he compares two sentences. 门口停了台车和台车停了门口有什么区别? So that means, what's the difference between these two sentences? And and then he wishes us a happy new year. So these two sentences, the first one, 门口停了台车, is perfectly fine grammatically, no problem. It just means there's a car parked at the entrance now. The l indicates that it wasn't there before, but now there is a car parked of some, there's a vehicle. It says 台车, so it could be a car, could be a e-bike. Nothing wrong with that sentence. The next sentence, 台车停了门口. This is not a correct sentence. And the reason why is because the entrance is a location. And so you can say a location and say something about the location that's changed. So you set up the sentence by saying 门口. And that's your subject of the sentence. It's the entrance. And then 停了台车 is saying, oh, there's a car parked there now. And if you start off by making the subject of the sentence 门口, then you don't necessarily have to use the preposition 在. But if you're going to say 台车停, you need to say 在门口. If it's going to be the subject of the sentence is the 一台车, and you could say 台车, but usually when it's the subject of the sentence, you'll say the number. You'll say, like, 两台车, 一台车. You won't just say 台车. You can omit the measure or the number when you're talking about one, but it's not usually when it's the subject. So if you're going to make the subject 一台车, you have to say 停在门口了. 停在. You have to put the 在 because it's the subject is the car at that point. So it's not, or the e-bike. So let's just call it an e-bike. The subject is the e-bike. So if that's the case, then you need to make a statement about where it is. But if the subject is the entrance, then you don't necessarily have to say 在. So that's hopefully answers that question. Next, Dev asks about he asks about a sentence and he asks about a comparison to another possibility. So the sentence from the course is 门口有几个我不认识的人, which means there are a few people I don't know at the entrance, that I'm not acquainted with at the entrance. And he says, could you say 门口有我不认识的几个人? And so in order to answer this question, we need to consider the structure of the sentence and what the difference might be within that structure. So the basic structure of this sentence, the host does what guest, or the subject verb object way of looking at the sentence. In other words, if we were to simplify the sentence, it would be 门口有人. The entrance has person, right? Now, everything else in the sentence is modifying person, 人. So what kind of person? Well, 几个人. Well, so it's not even one person, it's a few people. 几个人. So 门口有几个人. That's also a good sentence with one, what's called a 定语. A 定语 modifies either the host or the guest, either the subject or the object. So in this case, it's the object, it's the guest. So 几个 is modifying 人. It's saying there are a few people. It's not just 门口有人, it's 门口有几个人, right? But there's actually two 定语, two types of, and this is what's called a 多项定语. You could have several different descriptors of the object of the sentence, or several different descriptors of the subject of the sentence. And when you have more than one, it's called a 多项定语. Now, the difference between these two sentences is the order of the two 定语, the two types of descriptions of 人. So in our original sentence, it's 门口 有几个我不认识的人. So the first one is 几个, and the second one is 我不认识的. Right? So the people are both a few and unknown or unacquainted with. And he says, could you say the opposite order? 门口有我不认识的几个人. And the difference is just which of the two descriptions are you emphasizing. The one that comes first is a little bit more emphasized. So 门口有几个我不认识的人 is you're saying there's a few of them. That's the main point. There's a few of the people I'm unacquainted with. But if you say 门口有我不认识的几个人, your emphasis is that you don't know them. So the difference might be, the contextual difference might be that you're really trying, maybe you're skeptical in the second sentence. You're like, I don't know these guys. So that's the point that I want to make more than anything. But in the first sentence, it's more like you maybe don't, it's not a concern to you that you're unacquainted with them, but you just want to get across that there's a few, right? So you put 几个 first. It's just a slight emphasis change. That's all that it is. And so when you have more than one description of an object, in this case, 人, you want to put the one that you want to emphasize first. So that's how that works. And, it's way too overanalyzed when you think of it like that, but it is sort of the true answer for it. So you can keep that in mind in the future, but don't worry about it too much. As usual, it's easy to overthink.